everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. Today is Thursday, May 2nd, and it is 8:15 in the evening. And I'm so excited for this reading vlog. I'm going to be doing the magical readathon. Unfortunately, this was actually going on in April and I totally missed it. So Hannah and I both missed it actually. So we decided that we are going to do it for May so that we can participate in part 2 in August. So I kind of went over the basics of the readathon in my May TBR, which I will leave linked down below. And also I will leave the link to the original creator of the magical readathon, Book Roast, down below. She is phenomenal with the effort and time and creativity that she put into this readathon. So the basics of this readathon is that we are students in Hogwarts and we are about to take our OWLs, or our ordinary wizarding levels, and depending on which OWLs we take will depend on what career we can be. So basically you choose a career and then you decide which OWLs you need to take. So the careers are so many options: alchemist, healer, curse breaker, Hogwarts professor, and it's just got text, pictures, key traits, the OWLs that you need to pass, and then the newts, and that's going to be for August. First things first, I've got one book that I want to focus on, and that is going to take care of my transfiguration, which is to read a book with sprayed edges or red on the cover, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. So this is a YA thriller. I've been trying to get into more thrillers recently, but I am kind of worried about this book because it does have a lot of sensitive material that I am extra sensitive with, just because I work in the medical field and I work with kids, so it kind of hits hard when I read about kids dying, kids being abused, and kids being sick, just because I actually deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So this is definitely gonna be outside my comfort zone and I am going to cry. This is going to be an emotional vlog, like just FYI. But I am excited because I do hear that it is really, really good. Plus it shouldn't take me too long. It's not very chunky and the format is really cool. So it's written in like text and it's written in podcast. It is a Muggle Studies book club pick for April, and we are May 2nd. And our live show is on Saturday, May 4th. I've got 3 days to read this book because our live show is not until 8 p.m. my time on Saturday. So I need to start. So this is kind of like my main priority for this reading vlog. And then also there is a graphic novel, The Runaways, that I have been really, really intrigued with lately. So that I'm also going to be reading. I am currently 52% of the way through volume 2 of The Runaways, and I have all 7 volumes checked out through my public library. And luckily I can use the graphic novels for a lot of the challenges for the magical readathon. Next thing that I kind of want to do is I need to pick a career, and I am between 2 careers. So the first one was alchemist, and that sounded really, really interesting, but you have to read 12 books. The next one is curse breaker, which looks really cool. For this one I have to read 6 books. And the key traits for this one is precision, excellent memory, and thoroughness. And I feel like that's definitely me. And then my next thought was Hogwarts professor. At first I like skimmed over it and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But then I was like, wait a second. You get to live at Hogwarts. There are so many adventures that actually happen at Hogwarts. And honestly, like, let's be realistic. It's really funny how in the story, like, Hogwarts is the safest place and all of the bad things happen at Hogwarts. Being a Hogwarts professor, it would be quite adventurous and you get to do a lot of stuff. So I think that might be my option, is to do Hogwarts professor. I think that might be my career that I'm gonna go for because it sounds so cool. Who wouldn't want to live at Hogwarts? I would want to be the Ravenclaw. I'm gonna teach transfiguration and I'm going to be the Ravenclaw head of the house. That's what I'm doing. I have decided. Okay, cool. I am going to start reading Sadie. Actually, you know what? No. I'm just gonna finish volume 2 of The Runaways. I am 52% done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it. I can knock it out in like probably 30 minutes, get that done. Then I can mark it as complete, a book completed. I might use it as Defense Against the Dark Arts, because you have to read a book where the title starts with the letter R. I do have to pass Defense Against the Dark Arts to be a Hogwarts professor. I will finish that, and then I will pick up Sadie. Good morning, everyone. So today is Saturday. It is May 4th, and I thought I would do another update. So far, reading has been going really well. I have some coffee because I've got a long day of reading. I decided to put it in my Universal Studios Harry Potter mug because I am technically doing the magical readathon, and I thought it would be appropriate to use my Harry Potter mug. But 2 days ago, I think was my last update, but I finished reading The Runaways Volume 2, Teenage Wasteland, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm going ahead and count it towards Defense Against the Dark Arts, and that is Reducto, to read a book where the title starts with the letter R. Also, I started reading Sadie by Courtney Summers. Our live show is tonight at 8 o'clock my time, so I have to finish it. I started reading it yesterday, and this book reads so quickly. I am on page 120. It hasn't made me cry yet. It's sad, but I haven't gotten any of like the really heart-wrenching sad moments. It's written so well, it flows so beautifully, and Courtney Summers does a fantastic job between breaking up from Sadie's perspective and then going to the podcast, and you just want to know more because it'll end like a little bit on a cliffhanger with Sadie's perspective, and then we move to the podcast, and then you get really gripped into the podcast part, and then you go back to Sadie's perspective. Usually I don't like the back and forth because I tend to like one versus the other, but I have to say with this book, I am very intrigued with both perspectives, and I don't find myself getting bored with one and just wanting to know the other storyline, if that makes any sense. I am using Sadie as my book for Transfiguration because it does have red on the cover. I took off the dust jacket. I don't like reading my books with the dust jacket on because I like to keep the dust jacket pristine and pretty. So Cursebreaker, you do need to pass Transfiguration, and then with Hogwarts Professor, I think that may be the subject I want to teach because Professor McGonagall teaches Transfiguration and she's head of the Ravenclaw household, so I kind of want to do that. But I do have to pick 5 courses of my choice or subjects of my choice, and I am picking Transfiguration for one of those. So far, I am doing well. Zara, it's fine. Come here. Come here. People are doing yard work, so Zara, come here. Come on. Good girl. Come hang out with me. She's just, the window's right over there. She's just staring out the window. She's just like, yeah. Well, now she's not. What do you want? My goodness, you're a mess. You are a hot mess. Yes, you are. Yes. My plan for today is to basically finish Sadie because I don't have a choice. I have to read it, and I want to read it. I'm very intrigued with it. Hey guys, so it's a little bit later in the day. I don't have my phone with me, but I have my little Kindle, It is 2:45 and I'm on page 202. So I have about 100 pages left to read. There's a total of, I think, 308 pages. So I'm almost there. I am really hungry, so I decided to make myself some lunch. I'm also kind of tired, so I made myself some green tea Red Bull mix, and then I've also heated up myself some pot stickers and then some edamame. So I am really excited for lunch. It looks so good. Also, I'm going to put on some Harry Potter ASMR because I've just been really into that lately. I really enjoy the Hogwarts library. There's 2 of them and it has like rain and pages flipping and stuff, but I am kind of over the rain. It's been raining a lot here recently. We've just had tons and tons of severe thunderstorms all week, and it just raining all night last night. So I kind of want something a little different. So I might go back to my favorite one, which is the prefect's bathroom. I love the sound of the water running and then the bubbles. So I think I'm gonna stick with that one, the prefect's bathroom. That is my favorite one. So I am going to put that on and continue reading. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. It's getting really good. There is a lot of skipping back and forth, and I know before I said that it didn't bother me, but now I'm like getting antsy to where I want to know what's happening because there's a little bit too much skipping. So like, for example, say we're in Sadie's perspective and something intense is about to happen, then we switch to the podcast and then we go back to Sadie's perspective, but it's a few hours later and then she kind of recaps on what happened, but we don't actually get to see it plan out, which it's good and bad, but there are some things that I'm wishing we knew a little bit more. It's interesting to see Sadie's perspective and then see like some of the same characters that she meets in the podcast and what their perspective is. So it's interesting to see like 2 sides of the story, but I have a feeling it's gonna like start getting really good and we'll see. I haven't teared up yet, I haven't cried yet, but now I have 100 pages left and that's, I hear, is like the intense moment. So okay, I'm gonna read, eat some lunch, and then update you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so it is 4:30 and I just finished reading Sadie by Courtney Summers. First of all, there is a switchblade embossed and I love that. I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it, I'm between like a 4.5. I'm between like a 4 and a 5 out of 5 stars. I think I might give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Just because the ending, I'm very frustrated with how it ended. So I'm gonna jump into spoilers really quick and I will leave like spoilers right here. That way, if you have not read this book, kind of mute this part unless you want to be spoiled. I'm the type of reader where I need a resolution and I have trouble like not knowing what happens. So because I am that type of reader, the way that it ended with pretty much no resolution at all really frustrates me. It's not a bad ending. It's not a bad ending. It's just I'm frustrated with the way it ended because I love resolution, and I know not all books give you the type of, gives you a pretty little bow at the end. So I think my frustration with that and just like not knowing is keeping like my tears at bay because I'm just more angry than like sad and wanting to cry. Sadie's story is heartbreaking and what she has to deal with is just It's horrible, especially the scenes where she like she thinks about Maddie, and she just loved her sister so much, and her sister was her world. But I think the way it's told, it's not overly graphic. So Courtney Summers like alludes to what happens about, you know, like sexual abuse, sexual assault, pedophilia, all of that. She alludes to it, and it's not actually graphic. Like, we don't really see anything happen. I do recommend this book. Keep in mind that there is triggers for pedophilia, child abuse, substance abuse, sexual assault, child endangerment, child negligence. There are a lot of hard things, but I love the way Courtney Summers wrote it. I really did enjoy it, and like I said, I'm between that like 4 and 5 stars. I can't really decide. I feel like I need to take a step back and just like reevaluate the book and just think about it for a little bit, and then I may rate it after our live show. I think I need to discuss it a little bit more. I need to like think about it before I rate it between a 4 and a 5 out of 5 stars. But on a good note, I finished a book for Transfigurations, so that is really exciting. So next I am going to start Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I feel like it's going to be a change of pace. It's a contemporary set in college about love, and you know, I think it'll be fun, lighthearted, and just a good time. I was lucky enough to get an ARC from NetGalley, and I have to read it by May 7th. And I think I've mentioned this before, but that is our Muggle Studies Book Club pick for June. That is pretty much it for right now, and I will update you guys later. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday. It is day 5 of my magical readathon, and I have started reading Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's Riccio. I'd say maybe like 25% of the way through. My initial thoughts on this book so far. I love the setting. I think it's great. Like I said, I love settings set in college. I really am enjoying the plot and the idea. Like the character feeling like she's doing college wrong and she wants to redo it and she wants to have a great college experience. I adore that. There's also some mixed media in here, which I really enjoy. Like the main character, Shane, she does diary entries, there are emails. I love books with mixed media. It's very creative, it's unique to the story. My only thing is the writing, unfortunately. So I think if I were younger, I would enjoy the writing style a lot more. It's a little chaotic. It doesn't flow very well. It just jumps around a lot. The main character's thoughts are just kind of all over the place. And it's interesting because you can definitely hear Christine. Like, this is set in first person, and I see Christine when I'm reading it. Like, I hear Christine, and it's very much, her writing style is very much her style of like how she speaks and like in her videos and stuff. So it's great that you can see the author in her novel, but like I said, the writing is a little chaotic. Oh, another thing that I do also like is that she puts a lot of references to the time period. I've read some reviews on this book and a lot of people didn't enjoy that aspect. They said that they felt like they were just being thrown into that time period and they were just kept being reminded of what time period it's in, and I actually, that doesn't bother me because that's real life. I mean, we listen to music, we use electronics, we do that every single day. So the fact that we're seeing the main character listen to certain songs that were popular in 2011 and different technology that's being used, that doesn't bother me because that's something that college students do. It's every day, it's real life, it's realistic. So anyways, my plan for today is just to keep reading Again But Better. I don't think it's gonna take me too long to read it. It reads fairly quickly, even though the writing is a little bit all over the place. That is it for this update. I am just gonna drink my tea. I've made my matcha blueberry tea in my amazing Harry Potter mug, and I am going to keep reading Again But Better and then update you guys later. Hey guys, so it is later on in the week. It's a couple of days later, and I finished Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. Pretty much I just stand by everything that I said in my last clip, that I think if I were younger, I would have enjoyed it a lot more, and that I think it is geared towards maybe a younger audience due to the writing style. But I enjoyed the plot. I also enjoyed the mixed media. And I did enjoy the fact that it's set in college and she's studying abroad, and that whole plot was definitely relatable. I will say that. I think if you are a fan of Christine and if you really enjoy her videos, I do recommend reading it and supporting her, because like I said in my last clip, you can really hear her voice in her novel. Like, I could see Christine in the main character. So now I'm going to check on my career and see what I just finished. So I just finished Muggle Studies, which is to read a contemporary. So I am glad to check that off. And Muggle Studies is actually not required for Cursebreaker, but I do need 5 additional subjects of your choice to be a Hogwarts professor. So I might use that towards my Hogwarts professor. And also, I don't know if it was with Hannah's video, but I was watching a vlog, I think it was Hannah's, and she mentioned double majoring, and I think I'm gonna do the same, because I can't choose between Cursebreaker and Hogwarts Professor, and they both sound so freaking cool that I want to basically do both. Now I am currently reading volume 3 of the Runaways, and I'm really enjoying it. And what's kind of cool is that there is a velociraptor on the front. So this volume is called The Good Die Young, and there's a velociraptor, and that is a land animal. Even though it's extinct, it's still a land animal because it did exist, and I'm going to use that for Care of Magical Creatures. I'm just going to keep on reading The Runaways, and then I will update you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is going to be my last clip for week 1 of the Magical Readathon reading vlog. I did really well this last week. I read a lot of books, and I thought I should go through and just kind of review everything that I read. So I read Sadie by Courtney Summers, and this fulfilled my Transfiguration course, which was to read a book with sprayed edges or a red cover. This has a red cover. Next, I read volume 2 of The Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan, and that I am going with read a book with the title that starts with an R, and that's Defense Against the Dark Arts. I just recently finished volume 3. Oh my goodness, volume 3 was insane. Let me just say that the plot twist at the end, I was not expecting, who the traitor was, and it just, my mind was kind of blown. And this one has a velociraptor on the cover, and I'm going with Care of Magical Creatures, and that is to read a book with a land animal on the cover. Technically, velociraptors are extinct, but it is still a land animal when they were not extinct. So I am counting that as well. And I also read Again But Better, which was for Muggle Studies, and that was to read a contemporary. Okay, so far I've done really well. I have passed 4 subjects, and I have a lot of books planned for next week's reading vlog, which I will probably start today because I'm a little bit late in the week. So yeah, that is it for this reading vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!